Hey, this is Dave Anderson, Helicool's Helipad. Today I'm at my brother's place and we're taking a trip on out to the wonderful scrap yard. And today we're going to be building a stackable rim stove. And Bob's going to show me how to make all that happen. And you can see Bob's channel if you search Bad Bob 1. No spaces in between, and the 1 is the numeral 1. You got one heck of a nice scrapyard. There is a rim stove there that's out here, and there is the center part that we're looking for. One donor. Well, we're carrying all the stuff back. I'm a little bit younger than Bob, so I'll take the heavy one. All right, Bob, show us how all this goes together here.
Well, this is the front of the tub, and if you're lucky, the rim will fit right on it, which this one does, the rim that I particularly have. And on the bottom of your bottom rim, I have a metal plate that's just been screwed in to hold the ashes from falling onto the ground.
Where'd you get that metal plate? It's awfully fancy.
Oh, those you find at Goodwill.
Awesome.
It's either that or hubcap, but usually hubcaps these days are all plastic.
Yeah.
And then on the inside, one of the pieces that was left over I did cut. You can see it doesn't fit all the way, but I cut it to where it snaps in and I can snap it back out. And that controls how fast it burns and keeps all the fire up on top. And then we've got the screen that was, there's 3 actual pieces here, one with the door here and then here, and they're screwed together through the holes. And then the door is just a hinge. This one kind of got rusty. I haven't been able to burn with it because they've had a burn ban all summer. So as soon as I light that up, that should pop open again. But you're going to make that to where it's snug in your rim. And this is what's called the dry stack. And you take your other rim, you can put it either direction. I like it to have it with the dish up because a cook pot will sit on there nicely. And there you have a dry stack rim stove, no welding needed. So putting the rim this direction with this inner piece up, you're able to set a pot on there and cook with it. We've cooked our corn for canning in this. It works very well. A lot of heat, all of it's coming up and around this pot and boils water in no time.
So Bob, where do you get all of those washing machine drums?
Well, you have to know places that repair washing machines. A good one is A&E. They're previously Sears service, and they'll do 2 or 3 of these a week. And if you find out where they're dropping their scrap, and be there when they're throwing it out of their van. They're just putting it out as scrap metal and hoping somebody will take it. And I saw this nice aluminum and I said, yeah, I could use that as well as the drum.
All right, so this is Andy's Radical radials, and this is where I'm going to get my rims today. I just needs some junk rims, and he says he has some and gonna give them to me for ultra cheap. Now there's a goodly bunch of rims here. Thank you, Jesus. Now that I have all the ingredients that I need to build the rim stove, the stackable one, I need to figure out just how tall that center ring is going to be, because really that's the only part that needs to be fabricated. You don't want to have it too short, because then the window or the door that you're going to put in there to be able to feed the fire is going to be very, very thin, and you'll only be able to put very, very small stuff in. However, if you have it really tall, there's so many holes around the outside that it'll be difficult to control how much air is coming in and feeding that fire. And the only other way to control that fire is with some kind of a flue on the chimney to kind of damper the exhaust going up. But there's going to be a happy medium between how big that I want it so that I can get enough size wood in it, to how much air is actually being put in there, and hopefully somewhere you'll cross in the middle, and that might be 8 inches tall, might be 6 inches tall, 10 inches tall maybe. It's going to be right in that range, and I hope I get this one right. One of the very next things I need to do is start cutting up that drum and get all that plastic and other metals that I don't need smashed off of it, so that I can start cutting that piece up. And of course I have my favorite tool here. You probably recognize this. I've used it before in other videos. So this is the proper tool for the job. Danger! 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 Okay, that smashing was just for the camera. Do not do that at home. I had pieces come fly up, hit me in the face. I had a gigantic chunk fly off and whack me right in the knee. So, yeah. Okay, so I did it so that you don't have to. Don't smash that plastic off of there. It is spring loaded for I mean, I got cuts on my hands when pieces flew off. Don't do that at home. Probably the worst thing about breaking that plastic up is that a big chunk flew off. Damn near smashed my coffee cup, knocked it over, and I only had 2 sips out of that coffee. So that really made me mad. All right, now comes the time that I make a decision what I'm gonna do with this thing. I figure if I go 8 inches, I can probably have 2 inches on each side, so I can stick something about 4 inches wide inside of here. Of course, the opening will be, you know, quite a bit longer this way than it is this way, but at least it won't be 4 inches wide, it'll be 4 inches tall. So I think 8 inches is where I'm gonna go. So in order to do this the right way, and maybe not the redneck way, I'm going to use a little math. So a 16-inch diameter rim, what is the circumference? Well, the formula for circumference is 2 pi r, which r is the radius. So 2 times pi, 3.14 times 16, you wind up with 50, little over 50 1/4 inches. I know that Bob did his in 3 pieces so that it would look uniform all the way around, but I really like the fact that it's one piece. I just kind of like a one-piece construction. Even though it's not going to look uniform all the way around, I think I can deal with that a little bit better. So I'm going to cut this piece that I just cut out at about 54 inches, so I have a little bit left over so I can overlap them. That'll give me plenty enough room, and at that time when I go to overlap, I'll just kind of test fit it on the 16-inch rim that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and cut this right at the seam so that I can start unraveling this, so I can measure a good 52, 54 inches or so. But I can't stress enough how important it is for you to listen to me when I say don't bust this with a sledgehammer. I found pieces of this stuff, no kidding, flew over this car and out into the yard and out into the driveway some 30 feet. So it has got some wicked pressure back behind it, so when you're whacking away at it, it'll come snapping back at you. So don't try that at home. This is your final warning. Now, believe it or not, I don't like sharp edges or dangerous things on anything that I have, so I'm going to change out the cutting wheel with a grinding wheel and make sure that all the burrs on this cut that I just made, several cuts that I just made, don't have any real sharp pieces on it to cut me later. Believe it or not, I am a little safety conscious, even though it may not appear that way in my videos. All right, well, there is a lead weight on here, and I would recommend taking all of these lead weights, if you have any on your rim, just pull them off. Now, you can save these for fishing weights, or if you have a muzzle loader, you can save this lead for making muzzleloader rounds. Waste not, want not. Now that looks more like a 17-inch rim right there, because I've only got just a little bit of overlap, maybe an inch, and I actually made this for about 4 inches of overlaps. Oh yeah, that's a 17-inch rim. I actually built this for a 16. Maybe we'll see if we get another 17-inch rim. Well, all right, out of that pile of rims that I got from Andy, I actually have another 17-inch rim. I'm just going to go ahead and make this into a 17-inch. I've got an inch extra to play with here, so fortunately for me, I did cut it several inches long, and having that inch extra with 3 screws in it should work out just fine. All right, well, here's the moment of truth. I got it screwed together. Let's just see if this other rim just fits right on top here. It should. Oh yeah. Go ahead and cut the hole for it and attach And heck, look at this. I have plenty enough left here to make a door. And now I'm just going to drive 3 screws into that point. Well, I found a couple of Chinese IKEA wrenches, and I've already bent this one, so it could be a clasp. This one will actually come across like this. I also found another one that I can easily just put a screw through this small side, and it clasps right in there just fine like that. I'll probably hang something from this because these things tend to get pretty hot. But anyway, I'm just going to attach that here and clasp on the other side. Easy peasy. All right, so I've done a little bit of bending. Okay. Oh, did it go through both sides? It went through both sides. Oh, that was brilliant. Okay, I'm liking that. I think the only thing that I want to do now is I'm just going to put a little sledgehammer on this side and peen this this screw in. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hey, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a like, share it if you'd like to, and subscribe, and ring the bell if you'd like to see more videos like this. Special thank you goes to Bob Anderson, who showed me how to do this stackable rim stove. I hope you have fun building yours. Until next time, be safe and God bless. This is, once again, the stackable rim stove, no welding required.